I'm a recovering drug addict. I've been clean for 16 months. Been through hell and back. But it was all worth it. I wouldn't change a thing at all. It's made me who I am today and what I'm going to be in the future.
That my life is what's important to me, and it took a long way to get here, and I went through a lot of ups and downs, and then it's going to work out, and me and my kids are going to be back together again. Is there an election time if you are incarcerated, one of the fortunate few, they make an example and send everyone to prison, and it's like there's no chance to beat the system during that time
At all.
because they're just in it to win it, and it doesn't have anything to do with anybody's lives, and that's the lives that they're messing up, and they're just sending everyone away during that time. And that just happened last year, and now that it's over, everybody's just getting out, which is cool, but
People who don't score out to prison or go into prison for a year, 30 months, just makes no sense.
And that's all politics. That's so everybody else can look good.
2010 to 2011, they were having an election. So everybody was going to jail over, I went to jail over driving on a no valid and did time and went to rehab, and, a lot more people were coming in for trafficking charges and coming in for, petty things because of the election, and they were trying to get everything to go through and show, oh, we send this person to prison or we send this person to rehab, and money and power.
And they need to approve the 71% law, because 85% of this time they're giving out is ridiculous.
What is the 71% law?
They're trying to pass it so you don't have to do 71% of your time. So right now it's 85%. But they're sending people to prison for stupid things for 3 years, and it's just...
On first violations, for leaving rehab.
My friend just got 3 years for violating in a rehab, and she has a 1-year-old son. And I mean, she messed up, but not 3 years worth of messed up. And now she's gonna miss the whole beginning of his life.
And it's violating in rehab on legal stuff, the spice that's out there right now, smoking spice, and they'll violate you and send you to prison, and that's not illegal, you know what I mean? So...
Judge Perry.
They need to realize that, right now a lot of people have an addiction problem, and they're doing things not only to survive in the world, but also to, deal with a habit, and
sending them to prison is not the answer.
It doesn't work. Rehab is a big thing. I was blessed enough to be able to go to rehab and be able to deal with, certain things, but a lot of people aren't. They, it takes more than one chance to get better in this process, and I think that, a lot of people deserve that if they do have a problem. Yeah, with the juveniles, I think that it really does depend on their crime. If it's a big boy crime or a big girl crime, I do think that they do deserve to, be in there with the adults, because if you can commit an adult crime, then you need to serve the adult punishments. But if it's, little things, then they don't need to be there. It's all behaviors. It's all things that can be fixed in the future.
They need to give juveniles help, because sending a juvenile to prison is really that's gonna set him up for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So unless you killed somebody or pulled a gun or there was bodily injury, I think juveniles should be housed separately, and they should have a shot at rehabilitation and not prison, because that's just gonna ruin the rest of their life.
Because I know a lot of people, once they get into the system as a juvenile, that's all they know for the rest of their life, so they're constantly in and out, in and out, in and out with no help. And they spend a majority of their life in prison. And
I think their parents need to go to some classes also, because it's where you come from.
It very much so.
Parents should have shackles on right along with their kids and take that journey with them since they put them there.
Yep. Parents have, they talk about, oh, you're bad because of your parents, you're bad because of this. Well, your parents need to step up and, teach the kids, not just let them run loose, not just let them go crazy all the time, and teach them right from wrong.
I've been honest with mine. They know that I've been in jail. They know I had a drug addiction. And all I can do is be honest with them and be there for them so they don't go down the same road. Give them what I think I was missing that led to my bad decisions.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I give my daughter a little bit more freedom to make the mistakes that, you know, she needs to now before she gets too old and ends up hurting her in the long run. So, you know, kind of giving them a little more freedom to, you know, get in accidents and hurt themselves and, you know, realize, okay, well, this is the wrong decision, so it'll stick with them later on in life instead of, you know, closing her off from the real world and not letting her experience that. So she wants to do it later on.
It needs to be dealt one-on-one basis and not put everybody in the same thing. Everybody comes from different backgrounds and different things. So I think that the system needs to pay attention to the person a little bit more than maybe the crime, because there's a reason for everything. And
Not everybody.
if they would dig deeper, they could help people, and helping them in the beginning is going to keep them out the system in the long run.
And if people ask for help, don't blow them off. Give them the help they need instead of just being like, oh no, you're fine, and then it happening later on.